His kick is no good. Wide to the left.
Welcome. What is good? And welcome back to the therapy session for episode 4 here on a Friday night, live from the Blue Mountains of Sydney, Australia. And what a week it has been for the Washington football team. We'll start off with the somber news and the sad news that we heard today regarding Coach Ron Rivera. His diagnosis of cancer, lymphoma cancer, or whatever it's. Sorry, I'm not a doctor, but whatever it's pronounced, it's lymphoma in his neck, his throat. So, all reports are that he will be. It's early stages, and that he's expected to be coaching and making a full recovery. I can't help but think the selfish side of me when I saw the news was just like, fuck, man, seriously? We're finally getting somewhere here. We've got ourselves a leader in Ron Rivera, and I woke up today, opened my phone up and saw that, and I just, the all the same feelings of, it's just typical, it just comes back to you. But I mean, obviously, his health and, Ron Rivera, a person, is more important than football, and I am aware of that. I wish him best, and it just shows his toughness that he's actually just going to coach, keep going through all his treatment, and hopefully, it's it is what they say it is, and it's treated early, and Ron lives to fight another day, basically, because that's what it's about. But yeah, pretty sad news. I thought I was a bit devastated when I saw that. Because it just said cancer, I was like, you see that word, and it's not good. So Coach Rivera, cheers to you, buddy, and all the best. And we, as you know, we're all pulling for you. We were anyway. So yeah. So it's, look, it's what our team's going to be made of this year. Fighters, and Ron Rivera, like, he is the prime example now. And Alex Smith is the prime example. Another example. I mean, the news this week that he's off the pup list. He's out there training. He's participating in. I think he's on the 7-on-7s at the moment. I don't think he's gone with Ron Rivera's 9-on-9s. But when the news broke and he came out, excuse me, when he came out and he's his kids showered him with champagne and all that, and it was fantastic to see, and everyone was talking about his limp. Oh, he's got a limp, and and he does. He's dealing with some nerve issues, drop foot, I believe they call it, where he can't actually lift his leg. But and how like he's been cleared though to play football. So, um, but when you see him out there on the field and he's you know throwing the ball, he actually looks all right. Now, I don't think he's going to play any games. I don't think he's going to be the starter for this team. I don't think he's going to beat out Dwayne Haskins. I don't think he's going to beat out Kyle Allen. But you know, it's a very fucking warming story to see Alex Smith in his football gear out there throwing tight spirals in practice, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest. A part of me, as much as I want to see Dwayne Haskins be the starting quarterback for this team and lead this team, um, I, I'm pulling for Alex Smith, because Alex Smith, if he gets back onto that field, whew, I mean, it's going to be amazing. It might even make the Channel 10 news. You're talking about a bloke who had no flesh on his leg. You could see his bone. It was like from his kneecap down, he had no meat on his bone. That's crazy. And I'm pulling for Alex Smith, and I hope that we do him the right thing if we cut him, or trade him, or whatever we do. I just hope we do him right, because he deserves it. Anyone who's come back from that type of injury, and that's got to be inspirational for everybody on that team, to see the veteran quarterback and the head coach just fighting through adversity, to the great heights, and it's very encouraging and inspirational, and I'm pretty pumped. I was pretty emotional when I watched that Project 11. I'm not going to lie, I started to weld up. I don't know where it came from, but yeah, it was rough to watch. Poor bloke Alex Smith, like he didn't deserve that shit. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm proud that he's wearing the burgundy and gold jersey, and doing his thing. Good to see. So, with that being said, the Alex Smith news, great news. I won't get into the Darius Geis news that broke. Well, as we know, he's been accused now of raping 2 women in his college days. Allegations, of course, they only are, innocent till proven guilty. And we have seen with these sports stars, I had a thought during the week, and I thought, if I was a professional athlete, I probably wouldn't put my dick anywhere, to be honest. It's just not safe, is it? Even if it's conceptual, like you just don't know these days. I mean, and that's why you just can't jump the gun. But so far, the rap sheet on Darius Geis isn't looking very good, and I do believe that we had caught wind of that, those allegations, long before they had been made public, and that is the reason why we decided to sever ties with him immediately, because we, as a franchise, will not hang on to that type of baggage, because he's a talented player. Okay, we're about change now. We're about commitment to excellence. I won't steal the Raiders' little slogan there, but we're about committed to excellence, and holding ourselves to a high level, everywhere from the front office to, the janitor to the greenskeeper, from the head coach to the owner and the players. And that, leads me to the other good news that we got. Well, some of the good news we got this week that wasn't bad news, was the hiring of team president Jason Wright. Jason Wright seems to be a very smart man. He speaks well. When he talks, he makes a lot of sense. Okay, he's not a dribbling buffoon like we've had here in the past. He doesn't look like he does cocaine, which is an upside. And it doesn't look like he's into sexual harassment. But no, he looks like he is going to be, the man for the job. Now, we all know that the news has been broken that he's going to be only handling the he won't be dealing with any of the football stuff. Ron Rivera is handling all the football stuff, so we've got a line drawn down the middle, with Ron Rivera doing the football stuff, and Jason Wright taking care of all the marketing and working on things like getting us the new stadium and all that, all that shit, getting bums on seats in the stadium when we can, because we all know that's important, and we need bums on seats when we are allowed to bring them in. I want people to be coming to FedEx Field, if it's still going to be called FedEx Field, when the minority owners sort out all their shit with Dan Snyder. And I'm going to bring in our Dan Snyder expert later. He's just hanging back there. We've got a good look. Me and Crazy Brave, we had a healthy debate about 2 days ago about Dan Snyder. I will talk about Dan Snyder later. As you can see him there over my shoulder with his little smug face, his fish face. But and of course we will be joined later by R2 Ramu, and I caught some shit on the grapevine this week that he might be burning off his beard live tonight. The beard might be being burnt off. Should be interesting. Stick around for that. And while I've got everybody here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Like my videos. Come and drop a comment as well. I'll display it up on the screen if it's worthy. I'll tell you what, if you're watching YouTube right now, all those viewers on YouTube, I have a link at the very top of the description, and that is the link to actually join my show tonight. So I will be taking callers. I will be bringing anyone in who is knowledgeable and looks the part, look the part, wear some colours. When I see you pop up down the bottom, I want to know that you're worth adding. You know what I'm saying? So, Skins Fanatic, I've got a microphone now. I hope I sound good. Just arrived today, so we're just tweaking a few things here, but therapy session is in full swing. And I will be I will be bringing in Crazy Brave 74 right now. Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready there, Crazy. All right. Welcome to the show, Crazy Brave 74. Crazy.
Wow. Hey, guys. Big week. Skins Fanatic 81, or should I say Dr. Skins Fanatic 81 there, with some very good diagnosis of the Alex Smith injury and the sad news of Ron Rivera. And I do joke about Dr. Skins Fanatic, but it's true. He put my show back in a basketball semi-final when I needed to get back out there. And so He may just well be a doctor.
That is
Right.
true, isn't it? I
Yeah,
did. I
Skins
did
Fanatic.
know.
Yeah, no, he did. So everyone, make sure you are subscribing. It's going to be a big show tonight. We will get to Dan Snyder for everyone who wants to continue that debate. It's a fun debate, and I'm sure everyone has grabbed their ammo this week.
Yeah, well, I've got some numbers that are eye-boggling. So if you want to go, I'm just in case you wanted to go down that path again. I've got numbers.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we're not going to go down that path just yet. We're going to stick to Ron Rivera, and we heard you use the word inspiration a lot of times. I like to use the word motivator, because that's what he is. He's a motivational coach, and this is what exactly what we need. But once again, these motivational coaches, we know that it takes time. And you have a look around the Washington Redskin, the football team roster, and it's hard to predict them winning the Super Bowl this year. We have to make sure we keep our expectations at a solid level, so we can judge this thing objectively as it goes on.
Yeah, if I know exactly what you mean. See, there's a certain overreaction, underreaction thing with these fans, and you see it all the time. Where, like on Twitter, and training camp, and Haskins one day, or everyone one day, that they're camp heroes. And as soon as Haskins throws a couple of interceptions, as soon as Haskins throws a couple of interceptions in training camp, it's he's not very good now. All of a sudden, so we not us, but certain fans need to stay away from the whole overreaction.
Okay. This is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, because you mentioned lowering expectations.
I hear you. That's right. I am stressing that the fans do need to show some patience with Ron Rivera. Otherwise, we're going to end up in the same shit show that we have been in over the past 31 years.
Well, actually, Dan Snyder's only owned the team for 21 years.
So, I mean, I think, are you saying the 9 years that previously from Dan Snyder owning the team, that doesn't count?
Well,
because it's been 31 years of losing.
Yeah.
So you can't erase that 11 years that Jack Kent Cook owned the team. Or are you erasing? Are you erasing the? Are we getting into the?
I'm not forgetting Jack Kent Cook's 4-12 season in 1996.
Yeah, because we will get to that a little bit later on. But I will quickly mention that I heard our good friend here of the show, Kevin Sheehan, on his show, he said everyone had given up on the team from 1999, and I said, well, I thought, hang on, Kevin, I think, be honest with yourself, you would have given up on that team by 1994, like the rest of us. Continue.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm just saying, yeah. Look, before I jumped the gun and labelled Snyder the worst owner in professional sports, well, I went back and just ran over the last 30 years of the team, or 30, 40 years of the team, And yeah, it was clear to me that, well, I remember the 90. I did have it. I've lost my paperwork. Would you believe it? But the 90, I think it was the 94 season. It was North Turner's first year. He only won 4 games.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Are you,
You know,
yeah,
and that was under Cook's ownership. And by then, some cracks were starting to appear.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and that is true. But I think what what was good about that was we were still coming off that Super Bowl win, and there was definitely, um, you know, the fan base and the rabid fan base was still engaged in this team. You know what I mean? Like they were still the bomb shit. The Washington Redskins, and we put up. We just took that 4-win season and went, oh well, we've still
Well,
got
actually,
plenty of
yeah,
pride here in Washington.
yeah, and yeah, we did, and during those years, we were still able to attract some decent free agents. Now, apart from what you mentioned there about that 1994 season and the passion with fans, definitely that was definitely still there. I don't think. Well, I'm not going to say that the Redskins, the Washington team, have lost their passion, the fans. I'm not going to, definitely not going to say that. Love the Washington team fans. But in the last 3 years, definitely there's been an exit out the door of Washington fans, and I don't believe that. Well, we're not going to get straight into that. Skins Fanatic 81, he is running a great show tonight. He's come out in the first round. We're trying to bring Dan Snyder down already, and this is I'm trying to tell the fan base that we've got to be patient with a motivational coach, and that's the most important thing that these Dan Snyder haters aren't going to be able to get a grasp of. Not necessarily you, because hey, there's some Dan Snyder haters who think the same way I do in certain things. You and me have things in common too.
Well, let's just back up for a minute, right? I'm not a Dan Snyder hater so much. I don't like to use those terms and put me in the name of Dan Snyder.
I know you're not.
But when it comes to being real, and I've got the numbers in front of me here that suggest that when he bought the franchise, things haven't gone great. Okay, now with that being said, and hear me out, I've got the numbers up here on my screen, and yes, when North Turner took over the team in 1994, he had himself a 3-13 season. Okay,
which was
that was after Richie Pettibone Richie Pettibone had a 4-12 season.
Yeah,
then Turner had a 3-13, and in '95 it was a 6-10. Still not good.
No.
In '96, 9-7 for North Turner. Now North Turner was the coach for 6 years.
Yeah, many years. He was a very good coach, North Turner.
6.5 years. He wasn't a very good head coach, but he was a very good offensive-minded person, and he knew how to move the ball.
Well, I mean, look,
they were some of my favourite years.
I know you didn't mean to say he's not a very good coach, because his record at San Diego proves otherwise. As his career went on, he did. He does have a winning record. Yes,
You've got to let me finish here.
I will.
Got to let me finish here.
Yeah.
Because this somewhat justifies what you're saying. So I'm helping you out here because yes, these years under Turner, okay, except for '99 when we went 10-6, that was Dan Snyder's first year. So those 5 years leading up were all under Cook's ownership. Well, he died. I'll give him that. But 9-7, 8-7, 6-10, all woeful shit. I mean, 9-7, 8-7. It was, we knew we were on the cusp of something, but the fans were still engaged. You know what I mean? The stadium was packed. People were coming to see the team still. They loved the Redskins. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And,
yeah. Oh, we're
you know,
live here, folks. Sorry, I didn't realise. Skins Fanatic 81, he has really come in here with some early punches. Dan, look, hey, I mean, ooh, Skins Fanatic, wow. Where'd you get these stats from? No, listen, you just admitted that he took over a shit show, okay? Now,
yeah.
try to put yourself in those shoes, okay? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. You've just bought the shit show and you've got the second pick in the draft.
Yep.
They're both going to be at the draft combine. Do you go?
Who? Who's
You, the owner of the team. You just bought the team.
Yep.
So you go.
Who am I taking?
No, I just said, if you just bought the shit show,
Yep,
that Jack Kent Cook left, okay, and you've got the second pick in the draft, I'm making it this up. You've got the second pick in the draft. Your first year as an owner. Are you going to the combine to interview the 2 rookies? You've got the second pick in the draft.
No, I'm sending someone who actually knows what they're doing because I'm just the rich guy who bought the team. Okay, I'm not the bloke making the decisions. I'm going to hire people to make them decisions.
Right. Okay.
That's
so
what
then,
I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you might be that kind of guy then that ends up with a lawsuit on his hands because he's got a bunch of perverts working in his office because he doesn't know what's going on with his football team.
You mean like Dan Snyder?
Yeah. Well, hang on.
Well, you just said to me that Dan, I might be the type of owner that hires a bunch of perverts because I don't know what's going on. So I'm saying, well, that's what Dan Snyder basically done, didn't he?
Well,
he hired all those fellas.
I'm not going to go.
You're not doing Danny Boy any justice here, Crazy Brave.
Oh, I am. Don't you worry. I'm just warming up. This is round 1. You had me back in a corner, and now I'm coming back, and you're getting defensive, cutting me off. You know, as all the Danny haters do. You know, so here we go. Sorry, I'll come up with a new name for all you. You know, I do have a name for you. No, my point is, okay. So you're not going to the combine. That's amazing. You've just bought the team, and you're not going to go and interview these 2 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids that are about to come in. No, that's crazy. You're gonna and what is even more crazier, Skins Fanatic, is that you're not going to be there. I didn't say like I'm going. I'm sitting in. I'm sitting in watching my general manager interview him at
Are the
least.
Pacers playing that day? Are the Pacers playing at home that day? Because I'll go then.
Yeah,
I'll
of
just get
course,
on
you
the
probably want
piss.
to watch another general manager who doesn't know how to win in Donny Walsh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that might be 40 years the way it
Hey,
goes over there in Indiana.
don't
Go the Pacers. They'll be back.
Donny Walsh
Anyway,
doesn't coach. He's
Donny
there.
Walsh.
He's gone.
Yes, he's probably, I don't know. Anyway, very good try there, Skins Fanatic. Bringing you have done your homework. I just want these, people who are still, drinking from the baby's bottle and can't get over the hiring of or the buying of Dan Snyder and can't handle the 20 years of losing. I just want them to think about the people that lived from the 1940s who waited 32 years for George Allen to come in and give them a winning team, and how that felt for them after 32 years of losing, and how they actually might have handled it. And just have a little bit of like, just bring yourself back to being objective about this whole thing. It's only been 20 years. We know he's made some mistakes, and I just want to see people just don't bring up the old stuff every time. Oh, well, that's not going to work. Every time we sign someone, oh, well, that's not going to work. Snyder's going to bring that down.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I don't want to bury the team and bury the owner before we've kicked off a ball before every season. But it changes the way I approach as a fan.
Yeah,
because we have seen it before. Now, this isn't. I wasn't going to suck his dick so early tonight, but now you've got me in a corner, so I now am defending. And I was going to say later tonight that I actually applaud the moves that Dan Snyder has made recently. Now, does that mean anything for the future? I don't know. It's all wait and see. You know what I mean?
It is, and nothing has really happened. We got the fake news on Friday, which was a recycled news article from 3 weeks ago, trying to get everyone juiced up about the selling of the team. And I thank you for taking that side in just allowing things to play out. I know that you do handle it quite objectively. We all can have a go at Dan Snyder, but we are going to try and save this for some later rounds. We've got a big show, lots to get through. There's a big tight end competition between Logan. Is it Campbell or is it Logan?
Why are you putting out the fire while it's hot? Because
I just don't want our viewers to get too annoyed with all of this Dan Snyder chitter chat early on. We got to save some of our best stuff. No,
I thought this was our best stuff.
Oh, okay. Round 2, ding, ding, ding. You need a bell.
No, well, look. We can end it right now. I just wanted to say
we can't end this. No, can't end it.
I wanted to say, and I started saying is, look, we've made some changes, okay, and we've Dan Snyder's had to force his to make some changes because it was needed, and from what I'm hearing is he's got his wife in his ear now. And when your wife's in your ear, then you've really got to start listening because, you've obviously fucked up. And she
Yeah.
said to him, listen, Dan, you fucked it up. And she's the only one that he's gonna listen to. She's the only one he will listen to. He's not gonna listen to any outside noise. And he's made the good, like, it seems that he's made some good decisions. And it will all work. It will all work if he sticks his beak out of it. And that's all I want. If he sticks his beak out of it, we might actually head somewhere. And it is encouraging. And I don't know if it just happens to coexist with the change of the name. And I'm not using that as a positive, but it's a whole new era, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it just feels a little bit different. And I'm starting to get a bit of a buzz. Now, I haven't had a buzz for a while. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, it is. It's getting very, very exciting. And I mean, obviously, these people who do have problems with the political side of it do have to all push that aside, because there are games on Sunday. Even I push it aside, and at the end of the day, it's a great conversation, but we're not going to solve anything here. I love the conversation. I could have this conversation for 4 hours straight, and I could have the conversation about our coaching staff and so on, my perceived perception of the front office and the way I think they run things. I can, go on forever on that. If we, are entering into round 2 of the Snyder debate, well,
we can come back to it.
Yeah, we could probably. That's right. That's exactly right, because
It's not going anywhere.
no, that's right. That's what I'm trying. That's all I was saying earlier. We can maybe shorten it up. We'll turn it into we've had a big good session there. We might make it an MMA. And just have another round or 2. At the moment, you'd probably have to give me the points. With now that you are awake to the culture of the Washington Redskins and what the fan base went to previously with the losing 30-year losing streak, and then the winning, which then made it a great franchise and made everyone proud and gave them something to cheer for. It was actually the 32 years of losing that put those 3 championships on a pedestal, on why they are held in such high regard. And make no mistake, the Washington football team are heading back in the right direction to go and claim a few more Vince Lombardi trophies. But the people just need to just calm it down on the owner, and let's concentrate more. I was almost going to say something there that might upset a few people, but I won't. Over to you, Skins Fanatic.
Well, yeah, listen, I was just going to say that I understand that before George Allen showed up, it was a shit show, and
They probably had.
I got to check my numbers here. You're going back to 1971 when George Allen took over as head coach of the team. So, yeah, the record in the early days weren't great, but the NFL these days, it's designed to let nearly every team have a crack at it. We've seen teams go from shit to great in like a 4-year span. Like you all of a sudden you're like watching Arizona in the Super Bowl and you're like, fuck man, how did Arizona get in the fucking Super Bowl? Like, you know what I mean? We just haven't had our turn. And I don't know why.
Well,
I do
look,
know why.
Yeah, I do know why, and we're not going to break it down right now because it just goes for too long. Crazy Brave, I need a quick break. It's been a great opening 40 minutes of the show. Do we have R2 Ramu to come along just at the moment, or do we need to keep the show going?
Well, R2 can come in if he's ready. All right. We're going to bring in R2. We're going to bring in R2 Ramu and see if he's going to set his beard on fire this week. R2, rumor had it on the streets earlier this week that you were going to set your beard on fire tonight. Is that going to happen?
It's good to be here. Thanks, G'day. No, that's not true. No, I'm enjoying this at the moment with snow around by winter. It's just my look. Yeah, I'm liking your set. That looks unreal.
Yeah. Well,
The background's really good. You got your microphone. Yeah, looks like a really good setup. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. When I say something like this show's going to get better, I mean it. All right? I'm not fucking around. The therapy session is going to be the place to be. And I've been saying that for the first 4 weeks now. We're at a month of doing this show now.
Yeah, it is.
And it is only going to get better.
4 weeks ago it
So
started.
my green screen's starting to fall.
And you know, speaking of which, starting 4 weeks ago, I want to clear a few things up, you know, that I've noticed. I do not have a hard on for Tom Brady and the Bucks, all right? And I also maybe have mentioned a love affair a few times for the Bills. It's not really like that, but yeah.
So you
not
actually
much
remember
love for
anything
Tom.
from last week's? You actually remember something from last week's show? Because I don't.
I don't know. I could have mentioned a few things, but yeah, no. Look, you know, just I thought, hang on. I keep bringing up Tom Brady. I'm one of his fanboys. It's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Look, I've got respect for Tom Brady.
Of course.
His name can stay out of my show.
Done.
Unless, of course, we're playing him or we're watching the Super Bowl. You know, how good's our Super Bowl show going to be? Let's skip ahead. Talk about our Super Bowl show.
That's magic, man. Speaking of magic, I've been watching a bit lately. David Blaine on YouTube. He's got this new stunt coming out on YouTube called The Ascension. David Blaine. And yeah, I'm hanging. On the 31st of August, he's going to hook himself up or hold on to a whole heap of balloons. Like you think of a movie where balloons float a person away or, you know, that kind of thing. And when he gets to a certain height, he's got to put the parachute on, which will be above him. So he's got to reach for it. He's not having it on until he gets high enough. And then he's going to put that on and go as high as he possibly can and then do the flying back down to land. On the 31st of August, David Blaine.
Shit.
Yeah, on YouTube live. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I've got that marked into the calendar to watch that. I mean,
Mm.
I didn't ask permission to mention that. I'm just saying, it's on
Little
YouTube. I was like, oh,
just a little
cool.
off topic.
Yeah, but that's how things
No,
roll.
having fun. Yeah, we're having fun.
It's been a great show.
Are you all out of Glen 20?
No, I got another can this week. Did you this was old news actually. The Seahawks rookie that got kicked out for having a root in the camp, in the hotel, the team's hotel during training camp. That's old. He's
Well, they got to
gone.
cut back on numbers.
Yeah, that's right. And he was bringing chicks back to his room in there at night time and stuff. See you later.
Yeah. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. I can't remember last week. I might have. Yeah, me too. The Bills, that dude they signed for. Yeah, I think I did mention that last week. That rings a bell. Yeah. What did you notice this week, Cole?
Well, I was going to ask you about Hard Knocks. Have you watched Hard Knocks yet?
I have. Only a bit. Yeah. I'm still getting around to it actually working properly for me. I don't know. I'm having problems with it. I don't know. I just played. I thought, I've got the wrong one. I'll try again later. I haven't, but I've seen all the stuff, highlights
Well,
on the Rams pages and stuff like that.
Right.
Well,
you're not going to know. You have the. Let me talk. You're not going to know. You're going to know if you got the wrong one because it all starts off with them getting, tested and all that stuff, and talking about social distancing and so you're not going to get the wrong one. It's the 2020 Hard Knocks charges, Rams. And
yes, that's right.
I think it was all right.
I just played music.
My quick take on the first episode, I thought it was pretty good. I just think Hard Knocks ramps up a bit when they start playing all the preseason games, and you get more of an insight then, and it's about the players getting cut and whatnot. And I don't know how they're going to bring that in. I don't know how they're going to do that.
They're probably just going to ramp it up. A lot of people watch it, don't they? Like Hard Knocks, it's full on.
It's a big show.
Yeah,
everyone loves Hard Knocks.
Yeah. Well, McVay had some nice, kind words to say about the rookies, our two safeties. They're taking the NFL like ducks to water, I guess, at the training camp, and really impressing. What's his name? Jordan Fullers.
Oh yeah.
He's from Ohio State.
Ohio.
Yeah, and Terrell Burgess from Utah.
Okay.
Throw in nice. Jalen Ramsey, a cornerback, and our other safeties in Taylor Rapp and JJ John Johnson, and but
drop the names.
It's good to know that the rookies are if I
good for
come
you.
on this show with nothing, and I tell you about my dreams and David Blaine and all that stuff. If I can't bring some footy onto your show, well, I'm not doing my homework, am I? So,
no, that's right. No,
Crazy Brave.
Good day to Ramu, and thank Skins Fanatic 81 has left me.
I was going to ask Skins Fanatic 81. We're just going over a few things that happened this week that noticed on the NFL website or any news in the league. Yeah, and we're talking
it's-
about some rookies getting a good mention at the Rams thing. Cole was talking about Hard Knocks.
Yeah, no, I heard everything that you said. Yeah, it was very
Oh, cool.
informative.
All right, so you know,
Yeah, no, I was.
I noticed this one. Have you heard about this one? Skins Fanatic 81. The Chiefs are banning the headwear at their games.
Yep.
You know, the Indian stuff and new policies with the face paint. If your face paint is resemblance of traditional, you know, Indian,
It's gone.
It's gone. You're gonna get asked to remove it before entering the field. So
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I
Really.
mean, this is
that's news that happened this week on the NFL website. I was like, interesting read, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that just tonight, actually, probably about an hour or so before we came on the show. I thought I was going to mention it because it's bullshit, basically. I mean, Tommy, what do you think it's bullshit?
Yeah, it's called dressing up at the football, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
Dressing up, or even anything, going to, I don't know, fancy dress party. Like, does it end? Does it stop somewhere? I don't know. Like,
well, that's right. It's a slippery slope, isn't it? You open up one door and it opens up 1,000 more, doesn't it? Because like what's next? Are they going to say, well, Washington football fans can't wear shirts that say "Hail to the Skins" or with shirts with the logo on it? You tell me.
Yeah, that could happen. It could happen.
I don't think it will.
Well, think about it like this for a second. Just this is an idea. If they're saying that to the Chiefs fans about dressing up how they did, and even their chant thing is a no-no. If you want to go to this football team's game and sit at the fence, right, they might say no old logo showing visible, no like hail to the Skins. You're going to have to start wearing something else. Maybe some people up the top might get away with still repping their old school hats, but anyone that the cameras are going to show, it may be that they go, we don't want that old stuff.
Yeah, and look, may I just quickly interrupt? Yeah, that's correct, but I don't think it will even be a problem because most of those people who are purchasing tickets are also purchasing a jersey and a shirt to go to the game in, and this Washington, this old Redskin stuff, it is now collectors something for us to we can always wear. We can put it away. But wow, I mean, this is just I just can't believe the leaps and bounds that this show is taking over the course of the last couple of weeks. We now discussed. We had Skins Fanatic with some sexual harassment information earlier, and now we have R2 Ramu with some social justice, or is it racial? Just really some good knowledge on that that kind of stuff, bringing it to the show.
Listen, I was going to say, I know that there's a lot of fans out there who are going to go to the game. They're going to sing "Hail to the Redskins." Okay, the band's not going to play it. There's going to be no music. It's going to be straight a cappella, and they're going to sing it when we score touchdowns. They're going to wear the jerseys, the shirts, the flags. Okay, they're going to do it.
It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
But it will fade out once the new name comes in. It will.
Yeah.
I understand it's more, it's like people are pissed off. And there's a lot of fans that are like, I'm still going to call them the Redskins. And that's fine. I don't see any point because we're now, a different name. So
yeah, look, I was only just bringing it. That's pretty frightening.
It's all good. It's good. It's
going
all good
to a place going, wow, imagine the TV crew or people at the games physically walking around policing and checking everyone for the wrong stuff or whatever. That would just be, whoa. You couldn't. So anyway, but
yeah, I don't think that will happen because it's going to be too hard to police.
I was going to just quickly ask you a question, Skins Fanatic 81. Crazy Brave 74 too. Like, what do you know about the 49ers run game that they had last year? There was something about it, wasn't there? Because apparently the Rams are adopting their run game this year. The new Cam Akers, the one we got in the draft, he's probably going to be our starting running back. Apart from, we're not going to Darrell Henderson.
Well,
he's definitely we're adopting something to do with their running game, and I wasn't sure what that meant. Did they use a lot of different running backs all the time or something like that?
Well, look, the 49ers had all I know is the 49ers had a really good running game last year.
Yeah, I know that too.
Because Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't lights out.
No.
So they were sort of, they got through with having like a stout-ass defense, a solid running game, and Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, being average. The playoff game that I saw them in last year against Green Bay, they just ran all over Green Bay that day. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
they run the West Coast offense, which is the same offense that Sean McVay ran with Kyle Shanahan in Washington, and it's a zone running scheme, and it's, as Skins Fanatic 81 said, that they ran the ball very well, and that's a lot of teams would like to be able to duplicate that. Bringing in the 49ers running or taking a peg out of the 49ers running playbook is handy thing to do, but will the results come out on the field? Probably.
Yeah.
There's not too much that needs to be tweaking with the Rams.
That was how it was spoken about because of the Rams getting rid of Gurley and who we've now got. And I think Malcolm Brown's pretty old. I think he's the older one that may not get as much time, but Henderson and Akers, I'm pretty excited about the Rams having something new again.
Sorry, with the first pick in the 2019 NFL draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected a running back?
Pretty sure. Or no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it might have been the 2020 draft. I apologize. Whatever, but they took. Okay, I don't know. Didn't
actually. We didn't pick till round 3. Basically.
Oh my!
But,
that's right. Because you traded up for
Jalen
Ramsey. You gave away a truckload for Mr.
Jalen
Ramsey.
Ramsey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to just be a very exciting season. Cam Newton's headed over to New England. Tom Brady's at Tampa Bay. I can't wait. Like the excitement and the buzz around the coming season is just at a height that it's never been before. The talent has been spread out. There's been some big signings. The wide receiver from Texas is in Buffalo now.
No, he's in Arizona.
In Arizona, I'm sorry, yeah, so
Hopkins. DeAndre
that's right.
Hopkins.
Andre Hopkins is now in Arizona. Thank you. And you just, there's too many key movements to go through. I'm very excited about the upcoming season. Can't wait.
Crazy Bro 74. You're bloody so positive, man. You're just like, you are seriously so violent.
No, listen.
It's going to be the best. It's actually, tell me
Washington
this. Is there
football
no
team has got a new
preseason?
coach. We can watch what Jay Gruden does over in Jacksonville now. We can, there's just everywhere you look in the NFL, there's a story, something that we can get excited about, and I can't wait. Like I can't even name all the rookie quarterbacks that will be starting this year. Obviously, we have Joe Burrow from the Bengals and Tua Tagovailoa. I won't try and say that again.
Tua
Without
Tagovailoa.
reading it. Yes.
Good one.
We've also got those two rookies coming in. There's just, what can I say? And we haven't even got to the running backs in the league just yet, But I think that the Rams have got a good thing going on, and anything that they can get from the 49ers would be a great thing for them.
Oh, well.
I'm a bit confused because what? So the Rams are stealing the
No, they're adopting their style of
so stealing.
Copying someone's copying someone's idea, I guess, of how they ran that like part of their game, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Real Giants Mafia says, stick to the AFL. I say, stick it up your ass, Giants Mafia, you piece of shit.
Bring him on the show, mate.
Yeah, come on the show, dickhead.
Yeah.
We'll
Stick
school
to
him.
AFL.
Wow. What a fucking toss. Stick to the AFL. Well,
is that even happening?
I wasn't.
I mean, it is.
But
what?
No, dirty, I know. Don't talk about it.
I promised I wouldn't bring back the fake laugh, but Giants,
yeah,
real New York Giants Mafia, eat a fucking dick. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Here's a message for you. Real Giants Mafia. I do hope that you enjoy your football season. It's going to be a very, very painful one for you. You're already in a hole. The Giants Mafia are scrambling and arguing between themselves as much as the Washington football team fan base is. And you do understand that this season is a pivotal year, and you're panicking. you're jumping on our page.
Oh,
talking
no.
trash.
He's not jumping on our page. He's watching our show.
He's watching the
So,
show, talking
I give him-
trash.
yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and his
But he is
team
a
won.
piece of shit, like his football team.
Does he
I'm
really
taking
like
the piss.
AFL?
I'm taking the piss.
I think,
But his Giants are in big trouble.
I think
you
he
know.
thinks that we like the AFL.
Yeah,
No way.
there's
Shove
big
that.
question marks about Daniel Jones. And, Barkley's obviously going to give them some excitement and they'll be able to beat a few, of those lower base teams. But they're not going to beat the 49ers. They're not going to beat the Rams. They can't beat New Orleans. And probably going to get swept by Philadelphia. So,
Yeah, the Giants think they're hot shit.
Oh, there you go. Bit of pain for the Giants ahead then.
The Giants think they're hot shit, but they're not. The last time we beat the Giants was back actually last year. We beat them 20-13. Giants Mafia, you faggot. Just
No.
in case you.
it was the previous season under
Yeah,
Jay Gruden.
not last
Yeah.
year. The previous year.
Yeah, when we came in basically with no offense, and the Giants couldn't even contain that. I mean, Adrian Peterson was the only player on the team basically worthy, and you couldn't game plan against one player, and we ended up beating you 16-10. You put 10 points up against the worst defense. Yeah, I think that was the last time we beat them. But
2018, we beat the New York Giants 20-13.
20-13
now, 20-13.
Yeah,
we beat
Adrian Peterson had the big run in the last couple of 2 minutes.
Peterson ran 26 times for 149 yards and a touchdown. He had a 64-yard run. Outstanding.
Yeah. No, and here on Skins Fanatics show, we don't have a quarterback controversy. We will have an open debate about the situation, but it's Dwayne Haskins.
Well, hang on a minute. When was the last time the Skins played an irrelevant game? When was the last time the fucking Giants played an irrelevant game?
Skins Fanatic 81. Yes. Skins Fanatic 81. Give us 10, man.
Yep, no doubt. Well, look, I appreciate you chiming in, Giants Mafia. Good morning to you. When week 16 and 17, we ended your season. Our season ended in week 5, mate. So nice one, brother.
No, the year that we needed to win the playoff, the year that we needed to beat them.
Oh, 2016. Yeah,
he's going back.
Yeah.
He's going back. Like we don't cry over spilt milk here. Like we're all about moving forward. And, the Redskins, the Washington football team are doing positive things. And we're not really concerned about talking about what Daniel Snyder did.
We ain't hanging off some shit from 2016. I'll tell you that much.
Nah.
We're not hanging on to much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're a bit different to some of the fans that you might interact with over there. Like, we do have thick skin, as Jason Campbell like to say.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I find it fucking amusing that we've got a Giants fans here giving you shit. The Giants. almost the second most embarrassing team to see the East
Yeah.
behind us. You know,
Look,
they had those Super Bowl wins and those pretty good seasons, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Giants Mafia a copy of my 2-1s up for being such a mad cunt tonight. Oh shit! I just said cunt. Anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
No, look, the Giants run it as a steady ship, okay, and they stick around on that 8-8 zone every year. They occasionally have a 10-6 season and an 11-5. They're good enough. They have been good enough to win the Super Bowls, but let's face it, they're playing out of New York. Okay, that's quite an advantage. They haven't won a Super Bowl for a long time with an impressive dominant unit like some of the teams that we have seen in the past, like Kansas City, New England Patriots, Denver
Do you want me to
Broncos.
field this question?
Not Denver weren't very explosive.
He's asked the question.
Yeah, we'll both answer that.
Favorite player? I'll go first. Darryl Green. Love me some Darryl Green, man. Legend. Just the Redskins legend. 21 seasons, 20 seasons. Just a constant motor. One of the best corners in the league. Crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go with someone from the modern era in Clinton Portis. Just, the way he played the game was an inspiration to me. I did enjoy, obviously, some of those Super Bowl players, but when I look at, the body of work that I watched, definitely the 4 or 5 years that Clinton Portis gave to us was pretty inspirational in such a shithouse team. He just put up. He was just a brilliant performer in a shit team, and I take my hat off to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Clinton Portis, he had a good he had a couple of very good years, and the best thing about Portis was he didn't mind getting dirty. He didn't mind putting pads on somebody. For his
block
size,
everything.
he was a great blocker.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he
I mean,
now,
I could go. I mean, if they're Redskin players, I mean, look, if we're talking the league, then it'll be a different answer, obviously. If we want to talk, I'll give you my favourite all-time Giant. I'll think about that. I liked back in the day. I think that you had Everson Walls, who come over might have played with Dallas. He's an old cornerback, and I did appreciate him. I hated fucking Michael Strahan, still do. Lawrence Taylor, obviously dominant. Leonard Marshall, I loved. I think he came over to the Redskins for a season or two at the end. And Carl Banks. And Jeremy Shockey, huh? No.
Oh, yeah, well, we all remember Shockey because he just fucked us up every time we played.
Oh, he's a prick.
Oh, Jesus. Nightmare, wasn't he? I'll give him that. I'll give the Giants that. He fucked us up, man.
Mm. Best player in the league.
I hated him.
All time. Whew.
He was a bit like Gronkowski before Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Shockey. You know.
But look, let's face it. The Giants are like the Redskins. They've win all their Super Bowls with different quarterbacks. Their team can't go 2 or 3 seasons without a fucking drama. They get, obviously, they win a few more championships in the past 25 years than us, but apart from that, they've struggled putting together a consistent winner. What do you think about that, Skins Fanatic? Would that be?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, they've been better than us over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that. And yeah, I mean, like we haven't had much luck about versus anyone in our division for a long ass time. But I have always thought of them as maybe the third best in the division. You know,
Yeah.
like
I respect the Giants. I rate them as number one. They're my number one in the NFC East. And I'm not saying that
enemy.
number one enemy. So therefore, look, they're still dangerous. I mean, we got to play them twice a year. I'm not going to be worried about playing Dallas twice a year when we got to play the Giants. Like, look, we do know that we struggle winning the games that we should win against the Giants. That's the thing. I mean, there's obviously years where we've got no chance in hell, and that's all right. But when we've got a decent team, a semi-decent team, we just can't go in there and fucking win.
No, I think that win that stands out in the last 3 or 4 years was that one when Sewell Cravens took the one-handed interception at the end there. That was a good win. In the Meadowlands. That week 1 win when Ryan Kerrigan in his first game. I mean, that's going back now. Shit.
Yeah.
I just. It's hard to bring up many wins, talk about many wins. I mean, look, I can tell you, we haven't had many wins. So, against anyone, let alone the Giants. But they're a prick. I love to hate them. I love to beat them. I hate losing to them. Here's a question for you, Crazy. Maybe you can answer this one from old mate. He wants to know: have you guys ever been to the States to watch the Skins?
Yeah, I have. I went over there in 1995 to see the Redskins play the Kansas City Chiefs, and we had a decent side. Darryl Green was in the side. Ken Harvey was in the side.
What year was that?
1995. Yeah, Terry Allen was at running back. Trey Johnson was at one of the guards. I believe Heath Schuler and Gus Thurrott were there as young quarterbacks. And the defense, Stanley Richard and James Washington. Who's that? There was another linebacker, Marcus Patton. He come from the Bills, and he was supposed to be one of our Jack Kent Cook's great signings to get us back into the Super Bowl, but he probably paid him $100 million. That Redskin fans don't have trouble remembering things like that. The shithole that the previous owner left us in. Sorry. See, I can go off on these Dan Snyder tangents at any stage. Vote Dan Snyder, number one. Yes, I have been to
So
America.
you saw Darryl Green take an interception that
Yeah.
day.
And
22
Darryl Green was
yards.
playing. Yep. And also saw the Denver Broncos versus the Chiefs and Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Bucks, and Barry Sanders, John Elway, Steve Atwater, Shannon Sharp, Herman Moore, Marcus Allen from the Chiefs. You know, just I could go on. Yeah, I've been, but it was a long, long time ago. And yeah, I loved it. Everyone was very nice, and so are we. But don't come on to this show with your smart ass comments about the Washington football team or me and Skins Fanatic 81. We will
kill you.
Yeah, we'll take you to school.
Nah, he's all
Let
right.
this show get
shit,
started before you come on here with your Washington football team.
No. Be nice. He's come on
I
here.
am being nice.
He's
No.
a viewer.
Hey,
He's allowed to talk some shit.
didn't I say with all due respect?
Oh, I missed that part. Sorry. I missed that part. Yeah. I made some modifications
I love you.
to my green screen this week, but I need to fix it because it keeps falling down on me. So apologise if I keep ducking off. My set's falling down, but it's been a great show so far, and killing it. Anything else? I hit the like button. Thanks, Giants Mafia. Thanks, man.
Good
I
on him.
appreciate that. Yeah,
No, he is a good bloke.
Look, we're not going to
taking that piss.
They're not going to get. Yeah, I know. It's all good. It's all fun. It's still he's got.
That's it.
No,
that's right.
He's still here.
Yeah.
So I appreciate.
Good on him.
Appreciate the views. All right, we're going to get into a little bit of positional, talk right now. Like, what's your you wanted to talk about tight ends tonight? Did you? Crazy.
Yeah, you just have to give me.
Oh, you're going to leave me here talk about the tight ends by myself? This was your segment. You want to talk about tight ends? The tight end position. I mean, wow. Look, I've mentioned it a few weeks ago as a concern for mine, and it still is. Was it? Now you have me confused now. Logan.
Yeah, Logan. Logan Thomas, isn't it?
Logan Thomas.
Yeah, no. I don't really want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about the tight ends at all. I mean, good on you, man. Yeah, cheers. Yeah. No, I don't really want to talk about the tight ends at all because we really don't have any, Yeah, and I don't want people to look back on this in a year. Yeah, we've got Sprinkles does need to lift his game, okay? And look, Logan Thomas from the Lions might be a good addition, but look, I think Sprinkle's going to find himself playing a lot of minutes, and this is it for him. This is his chance. Yeah.
I just don't feel very confident with having Jeremy Sprinkle as our top guy, and I feel like someone will emerge in camp, and I'm hoping it's Thaddeus Moss. I at least hope that he makes the team. I haven't heard much about him. Like, I haven't heard, he's made a couple of great catches, or he's doing this. Yeah, Moss from LSU. That's right. He's Randy Moss's son. You probably know that.
I don't think he's Randy Moss's son.
He is Randy Moss's son.
No, he's his cousin or something like that.
No, it's his son. Giants Mafia will back me up. He knows.
Yeah, right. All right.
Let's CAA playoffs. He says it's Randy Moss's son.
Randy Moss. I love Randy Moss. What was his big saying on the morning football show when he got up there and he said Redskins? It wasn't pocket straight. That's Portis's one. He was, but yeah, because he was trying to sell himself. He wanted to come over for a season at the end.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Giants Mafia says here it's definitely his son.
Okay. All right. Crazy Brave is making a few mistakes. He will from time to time, but
Well, I tell you what, Crazy Brave might make a few mistakes right now because Skins Fanatic's about to piss his pants. I'm going to let you hold this down.
yeah, man.
R2 Ramu comes back.
Yep.
Giants Mafia, I'll tell you what, mate. If you go to the description, you can come on the show. There's a link there, and if you want to come have a chat, bring you on.
Yeah, well,
for a
just
couple
put me
of
on.
minutes.
I've got a few things to say.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I'm all
awesome.
ears, Pete. Crazy Brave.
Yeah, I guess while we're here, we can head back to the NFC West and talk about are the 49ers your biggest threat, or is it the Cardinals, or perhaps my favourite team, the Seattle Seahawks?
The Sea Chickens. No,
Oh, yeah.
it's the 49ers.
Yeah,
Then
I've got the
Sea-
49ers.
Then the Sea Chickens, and although, yeah, look, Arizona, they're only getting better. I don't think they're not imploding or having dramas.
They're only getting better. It'll probably be a shock if they took a backward step. Yeah, and the Rams are probably one of the teams that are on the cusp of, is it about to implode, or is it going to?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah. No.
I know they were in the Super Bowl.
Spot on.
2 seasons ago. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're definitely the one, like you said, on the slide. It's either way. It's back into the playoffs and Super Bowl again after a slip up, or do we go the other way and let the Arizona Cardinals take our spot, and we're ending up 4th on the division? But fingers crossed it's not that. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be the 3 of them again. 49ers, Rams, and Seattle, with pretty good records. I think they'll, although maybe not, because if we can eliminate each other out a bit better this year, the Rams weren't real good in the division, which was another worrying sign. It wasn't like, we didn't get into the playoff. We had a pretty bad run in our division. So, no, it's
okay.
And
what about your Pittsburgh Steelers? What do you think of Ben Roethlisberger? Do you think that they'll get back into the playoffs with his return?
No,
it's over.
Yeah.
Over in Pittsburgh.
I don't know a lot about them, Crazy Brave.
No, I know.
I don't.
Don't mean you to put you on the spot, but you know what Ben Roethlisberger is capable of. Ramu.
Yes. Highlights. No, I haven't watched an episode or done it properly. I have not completed one. I saw the Chargers boss sitting there writing in the phone it was about to start, and then didn't complete it. Had other tasks to do, but it's there. And I think you mentioned at Crazy Brave 74 about the show, or Skins Fanatic 81, that there's that build up into the preseason with it. And is there no preseason this year?
No.
Yeah,
I've
it's
tried-
over.
Really?
It's straight into the regular season, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that show, Hard Knocks, I'd say they're just going to amp it up. Like when it's their last training session or a week before that game one,
Mm.
no one's going to have the cameras in there, are they? Watching their whole playbook get run out for a game that they're going to do. So, yeah, it's just going to have to stop at
look,
some.
It's all
point,
it's
yeah.
all entertainment, and
That's
what we want. Like I mentioned, it's just the storyline this year is just off its head. Like,
Yeah.
just the fact as soon as Tom Brady left New England, there's your number one story, and then after that, just so many others. Like Cam Newton, like to be left on the free agent list for so long. I mean, that's pretty big. Like I can't believe how long it took for him to get. For how long it took for someone to take him back. Like he wants to win. You know.
Yeah.
He's the player. He's the type of player that you want. And I know he might put bananas through chocolate donuts, but you know he's a good player. You know, and
I
When he's
cleared
on,
it up.
He's on.
I cleared it up earlier about me hard on for Tom Brady, but going back to where he used to play, and now they've got Cam Newton. Jump into that division for a sec. New England's still going to be the big cereal pest over there.
Yeah. So here's a question for
There's
both.
going to be no
Here's
Dolphins. The Bills will be battling it out.
a question for both of you: Belichick or Brady? Who is going to win?
Win more games.
Or win more games.
Well,
Or be a better, or have the fairy tale finish of their career in. I'm going to say Belichick.
yeah, well, I was going to say Belichick because when he didn't have a quarterback, I would have said Brady. But now that they've signed Cam Newton, and Cam Newton, if he's healthy, he throws them frozen ropes. Like he is a damn good quarterback.
Oh, he's scrappy and he wants to win, and he'll give you that effort. He might not always, you know.
So when you throw in Belichick's, coaching and his cheating ways and all this other shit that he has, well, it probably amounts to more wins and.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I always thought that
absolutely amazing.
He was probably the whole reason behind.
Yeah, and then you look at Tampa. You look at Tampa Bay, and it looks like Tampa Bay's training. It looks like exercise hour at the local retirement village. Yeah, and you just this is as good as they are. With
Tampa Bay,
the league getting younger and younger.
Tampa Bay are perennial losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they.
Yeah. I mean,
although they did beat out the other pirate in the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna.
What 1,000 years ago?
I'm going to enjoy Tom Brady if he has success, as long as the football team don't have to come up against his ass in the playoffs. But if he does lose, I am going to be having a giggle, and it's nothing against Tom Brady. He's well respected, but yeah, it's something about when those teams go out and try to grab those 1 year championships. Well, you tell me how many of those work
Not many.
Nah, and I mean this is the obviously the goal to win the championship, isn't it? They're not going to bring him in for just to play out his 2 years and sell tickets, are they? They want a championship.
Yeah, they're going for it. I mean, they wouldn't have signed buddy Gronkowski out of retirement, and they're going all in for a Super Bowl. There's no doubt about it. And I mean, if you've signed Tom Brady, you would expect nothing less, wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting Tom Brady for.
Do you want to have a little? Do you want to have a talk, Colin? Skins fanatic. You seem like you want to have a little bit of a spiel, and people are jumping in.
I always want to have a bit of a spiel. I just want to, first of all, thanks Real Giants Mafia for joining the show. I think he's just dropped off, but yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't going to be able to join the show. He's just a poor bastard's off to work. Yeah, no, look, you know, the thing with the Tom Brady signing in Tampa Bay is it's the type of shit that we've been through as Redskins fans, you know, where you sign the veteran champion, the legend of, you know, he's been a legend for the league, and and he's come to your team, and you feel like you're on the cusp, and Tampa Bay is sort of like, well, we haven't seen it done. Like, we haven't seen that veteran sort of join and take that team to the promised land. I mean, okay, there's a lot of dysfunction in Washington. Like when we've done that, you know, Donovan McNabb and you know, a couple of other cats, but and no disrespect to Donovan McNabb, he kind of got a little bit screwed over with us, but he wasn't very good either, by the way. You know, but like Brady, Tampa Bay have some talent.
Speaking of Super Bowls and talented quarterbacks.
No, you go crazy, Arthur.
Yeah, I was going to say I enjoyed Kurt Warner being in the Super Bowl. He went to another side right at the end of his career with Arizona, and you know, he deserves a shout out too.
Oh well, good shout out, and some players can do that. Like can leave, and look, will we see it with Tom Brady? Yes.
Well, he didn't win the Super Bowl at Arizona. He
didn't.
Came very close.
He didn't.
No win.
Another
that
good
came out of nowhere too. They weren't really expected to do a lot that year. So I guess when the expectations aren't as high, probably, you know, things will happen. I mean, like when they signed Warner, he hadn't done a lot for a while. Like, he'd been solid, and he's always been a good quarterback, but he just had a really good year that year. And they had Bolden and Fitzgerald, a bunch of other cats that got them there, and they nearly won it.
That's good. That's Skins Fanatic 81. Listen, you kind of nailed his persona, or you got it right, of Kurt Warner. When he comes in like that with no expectations, because that was pretty much how he won the first Super Bowl with the Rams. Coming in that year, he was, I'm there, you know, and played that position, like come in and bang, won the Super Bowl.
No,
had some good years.
Oh, the Rams, yeah.
Yes, that year. That's what I'm saying. No, not with Arizona, but that was the same sort of thing. He'd come into that team, and it was like the expectations weren't there, and it come from nowhere. So that Kurt Warner, that's his skill of being like able to roll at his best like that when he comes in. Sort of. But every other time, he was good, but
I mean, he played for the
Nothing. It was
Giants.
happening.
He played for the Giants, and the Giants had some players on their team, but those years that he had at the Giants weren't very good.
No.
And that sort of made everyone sort of think that Kurt Warner wasn't what Kurt Warner was, and he hit sort of a flash in the pan moment in St. Louis, and you know, and then like he sort of showed up at Arizona and he rekindled that magic, and it was really good to watch. Did he play for someone else though?
Oh,
Didn't he play for
you're
someone else?
spinning me out that he played at New York. Whoa, forgot about that one.
Yeah, it might have only been like 1 year, and it just wasn't his bag. He just didn't.
Yeah,
It just didn't work for him. Thank much to our liking, but he probably still beat us. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I was looking at the draw today. Yes, itching. That's when I was like going, because I started thinking, when's the preseason going on? And then penny dropped. Like,
Yeah, we have got a massive season opening up on Friday in maybe 3 weeks' time. Kansas City versus the Houston Texans, and what a game that was in the playoffs when the Chiefs came back from 28 points in the second quarter.
Was it 28 or 21?
Oh, it might be 21, but regardless, it was. They probably came back 28 the next week. No, I think it was 28 points. And look, while we are just speaking of that, let's take a little moment for a Crazy Brave shout out. Tennessee Titans, don't count them out. One of the best running backs in the league, no one's talked about, has re-signed, almost took the Titans to the Super Bowl last year. Look for them to have a massive season.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill had
they've been building too.
Ryan Tannehill refound his he found a home, and he had a great year last year for them, and he didn't. I don't think he wasn't going to be the starter. That's right. He slipped in, didn't he, at the end? And he took them all the way.
And you check that schedule. Can you, off the top of your head, did you see who the Titans had there in week 1?
No, I don't have the schedule right here.
No, that's all right.
And I was just looking at the Rams.
Yeah, no,
I haven't done all the other matchups yet.
I mean, that is just a continuation of really some of the exciting things that's going on. Obviously, even with Tom Brady's departure, it's also opened up the AFC East, and there's excitement around that division may have a new champion for the first time in 18 years, and that's something that's refreshing for the league too. I mean, obviously, I've just praised Bill Belichick and his. Yes, we'll get back to Skins Fanatic in a minute. Obviously, I did touch on Cam Newton and don't count him out. So Belichick may well win it, but that's another exciting thing happening with the AFC East.
Well, that'll give the Dolphins and the Jets a bit of hope.
That's right.
A bit more fight from them.
I'm very, very, very excited to see. Yeah, I'm very excited to see that the Rams are opening up with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And the Titans are playing the Denver Broncos.
Right.
I'll take the Titans in that game.
Yeah. And I mean, my picks will come out at a later date. The Rams, did you say, have the Cowboys? What a matchup that is going to be. I mean,
Sunday prime time.
Can this league get any better? I mean, it's disappointing that there's not going to be any fans this year. It's going to lose some of that excitement, but we are going to see some football.
I can
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you that while the Redskins have announced there won't be any fans, Kansas City are going to have about 16,000 at their home opener
Yep.
when they raise the banner. And the Baltimore Ravens have announced that they're going to let everyone in.
Wow. Okay, well, that seems a bit
Kidding me.
absurd to me. I have not seen that story. Skins.
I
will
had
take.
that up my sleeve. I had that up
Yeah.
my sleeve.
No, very, very good. I mean, if you
Wow.
can remember.
And they're basically neighbours.
Well,
Baltimore
yeah, they're
and
about 40
Washington. How
metres,
come?
40 metres down the road.
Play in the same
Apparently.
state. Yep.
All right.
So
Hmm.
yeah, but here's the thing that I thought was like interesting is, as we saw over here, it was sort of like a government decision where this decision's made by the owner, isn't it? It's like let them all in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Well, they don't.
the
That's right.
Ravens
They're
are
not
gonna
in.
be
I don't think they are. They've obviously had different lockdown laws or different when they're told to.
But this is just an hour down the road, is it?
Yeah, it's not too
Up
far
the
at
road.
all.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's not too far. An hour. It's close from demographically wise, but
Yeah, it's probably
the
like
fa-
from like
the
I don't know,
fans,
stadium
the
to
Washington
Brookvale.
football team, the Washington football team have fans that go down all the way down south. So into Virginia and that. So they tend to dominate. Washington #1.
Who is the biggest rival in your
Of
division?
it's the
NFC
Dallas
East.
Cowboys. I'll let Skins Fanatic roll for a little
So-
bit. Let's get
The
Skins
biggest
Fanatic.
rival is the
Yeah.
Cowboys, by far. But
Is
like
that because they just pumped that game up and it's had the Thanksgiving times, or is it always expected, or is there another team that they rally against more or hate more? I don't know. Who is that team? Cowboys, you say?
Well,
Skins Fanatic
I-
81.
I think it's the division rivalries that matter the most. But I do definitely sense a sense of rivalry in that Baltimore game, and I definitely know that I couldn't give a fuck about Baltimore. Like I don't particularly like Baltimore because I feel like a lot of the Washington fans that weren't happy with what was going on in our backyard left for them. So they can all go fuck themselves, basically, because Baltimore, don't forget, came from Cleveland. They're the Cleveland Browns. So, yeah.
Crazy Bro 74. Is there a tight end problem?
No.
Skins Fanatic 81 brought up that it was going to talk tight ends, but everyone jumped out of the screen there. Crazy Bro 74.
Yeah, because we were just having a joke here on the channel because we don't have any tight ends to talk about on the team.
Okay.
Except we got Randy Moss's son.
Yeah, we've got Randy Moss's son.
Oh,
No, we're not talking about the tight ends tonight. That might be a project for us to have a look in. We had touched on it in a previous episode, but we'll run down as training camp gets further in. We will run down on the starters as they are announced for week 1 when we finally get into some football action, and we will have to actually stop Cox from penetrating up the middle rather than these practice players. You know, we will be in real live action. Fletcher Cox,
Well,
did
I
I?
hope
Bring
Yeah.
on some footy.
Penetrating
Yeah.
up the
Bring on
middle.
some footy.
Well, you know, like our offensive line will have real players to block. And, you know, we know what, you know, Cox has been a massive problem for us in the past. Huge.
Well, I don't think Cox is at the Eagles anymore.
Yeah. I think he is.
Well, I
Yeah.
heard that was
Look, the
Cowboys
Eagles
fan
have got
talking the other day about.
the Eagles have got one of the Bosa boys who's going to give, you know, our offensive line a good test. They have got.
The Eagles don't have a Bosa. Bosa's at the Chargers and the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ah,
Hmm.
Nah, you got me scared then for a minute. I was like, fuck, when did they get Joey Bosa? I didn't hear about that.
Okay.
Mm.
So
No, he signed a massive deal with the Chargers, like on Hard Knocks.
mhm.
Skins Fanatic 81. I'm going to sign out, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
well done, Ian. No, good show.
Thank you, Crazy
Yep.
Bro 74. And
Yep.
the New York Giant Mafia on the show. That was funny. Yes, that's just what's going on there with the New York Mafia.
Oh,
Um,
Ian,
I
they'll
appreciate
come
you.
at us,
Oh.
but we'll be loaded. Don't you worry.
So, cheers.
Yeah.
Peace out. Love yous.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, always good to have R2 Randy on the show. It's a pity
Yes.
he didn't set the beard on
No,
fire like he said he
that's
would.
no. Well, that's
Um,
okay. Maybe in a later show. I'm just yeah.
Not breaking news.
There is no breaking news tonight,
Oh,
like there was last week when I was able to bring everyone. We on the show, live on the show, we dropped here that the minority owners were trying to push out Dan Snyder, and we brought that to you. The first people to bring it to you on YouTube that night, before anyone could, we dropped that. But unfortunately, no, I don't have any news like that tonight. I'm just having a look here at the Philadelphia defensive tackle position, and I can tell you that Fletcher
isn't
Cox is still there,
oh.
but it is, yeah, it's I know Derek Barnett is the player that will cause us some problems. Defensive end. He's one to watch. He's the one I got mixed up with Bosa. They both
Barnett,
they're both
Bosa.
they're both very dominant players.
Yeah, well, when we get closer to week 1, don't worry, we will be breaking down key matchups
Yes.
for that game for sure. Because
Yes.
and players to watch, keys to the game.
Yeah.
You'll probably do your point spread, maybe.
Oh yeah. I mean, there probably could be, but yeah, no,
We
that's all right.
won't touch on too much gambling on this show because
No.
I'm not much of a gambler.
No.
So.
No, but that's all right. I got me teams mixed up. I won't do that again.
No, you're right. No, it happens. Yep. All right. Well, you know, I don't know. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the owner again? You want to get back on our owner debate, or you just want to say?
Well, we don't. No, we can probably save that for another night. Now that you are awake to the 30 years of losing suffered by the people of Washington before the the rich years of the Super Bowl championship. Maybe we'll have a think about that, and then we'll come back next week and we'll see whether you still hold that position of giving the owner such a hard time.
Well, he deserves a hard time.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've applaud his latest moves. And
yeah, he's making all the right moves at the moment, and that's what we're going to look at.
If he keeps his hands out of it, we might have half a chance.
Well, the poor bloke doesn't know what to do. Keep his hands out of it or keep him in it. Or, he had been getting mixed signals for a long, long time. And at some stage he has drawn a line and he's gone, enough of this, rather than just go through the motions of trying to get someone, the right people in here. He's actually torn it down and he's building it from the ground up again in his own way.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. And he's hired the right people. Like, I believe he's hiring the right people. Whether you want to talk about diversity and all that stuff, it's not so much important, but
no,
he's always been open to that anyway. I mean, like, it's not like Dan Snyder's a racist bastard and he's a chauvinist and he's never had a woman and a black man work in his building for the last 21 years.
Yeah, I know. They act like Dan Snyder drives the local ice cream truck through the school zones.
No, and I agree. So it's not like like Dan Snyder, just because he owned the team that was called the Redskins, which the name then Dean's become racist.
Yeah. No, well, I do agree with you.
A racist.
I do agree with you that he has made some bad decisions in his past running the team. We don't need to go over them all again tonight. We're just wrapping up round 1 or maybe 2 here. We can get further onto it because, as we know, this conversation isn't going to stop. There will probably be some more breaking news by Monday, since they're not training for 2 days over the weekend. So I'm sure between that time, Dan Snyder is probably going to, traffic a few young kids, or between that time we'll have a big breaking news for you next week.
Well, Dan Snyder, they don't even know if Dan Snyder's in the country right now. Apparently he's
no, he's not. And Dan, if you're watching, you're a good bloody bloke, mate.
Yeah, I highly doubt he's watching. But if he, he is, yeah, well, Crazy Brave seems to love you.
Well, yeah.
Look,
no.
I'm going to give Dan Snyder one more chance. Okay, yeah. I'm going to give him one more chance.
Yeah.
And if he fucks this up, yeah, well then, I mean, like, I can't fire the bloke.
Well,
you know what I mean. But no. If I gave him another chance at the beginning of the off season, so far he's ticking the boxes.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of only time will tell.
Yeah.
With
maybe Dan Snyder was, down to his last $15,000, and he's basically gone into a Vegas casino and he's put it all on black. He's hoping that we can get this is his last chance. He has to get this right now. If he doesn't get it right, then as you say, you've given Snyder one last chance. Well, I think he's given himself one last chance.
Agreed.
And he's made a gamble. He's made a gamble, and he's got big balls, and I respect him for that. This is his business, you know. He's got to. Everyone wants him to stay out of it, but I'm sorry, he's put a lot of money into this. He might, want to take care of his investment a little bit better than what he has been doing, which has been basically ignoring it for 20 years. I don't think he's the one to blame for the free agents. I have a feeling he didn't even fucking know. He was probably in his boat in Paris.
Yeah, he's somewhere off the coast of France or something, apparently. I mean, that's speculation. Yeah, like, well, here's the thing. I totally forgot what I was going to say. So,
Well, that's all right. This Dan Snyder debate can get very confusing. There are lots of sides to it. You know,
Oh, here's what I was going to say. I was just going to say. So Dan Snyder, when he bought the team, right? So he grew up a fan, and his dad was a fan, and like his dad was a big fan. And then Dan became like rich. He's like, hey, look, Daddy, I bought the team, and he went out and he's like bought the team basically for his dad.
Yeah.
So he's got that whole thing where it's like, shit, man, Dad's gonna be fucking. He'd be livid if he knew, I changed the name and I fucked this up.
Maybe
we haven't won dick in 21 years. Like, Dad would be pretty fucking pissed off about this.
Well, it's going to change, and he's made all the right moves, really, to give people some encouragement about it changing. Some people aren't buying into it, and that's fine. We're not going to waste our energy with those people, but it's the invitation's there, and we're going to see how it progresses, and it really, if it doesn't work out, then this might be his last chance. I do have a strong feeling that all this talk about him selling is just, I can't see him. I know that he has denied he's selling the team. He doesn't want any part of it. And why he would, after just changing the name and basically rebranding the team, I don't know why he would want to sell that. He's obviously got a plan.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to sell the team. The only way he sells the team is if the league and the other owners, the other 31 owners, force him out, vote him out.
Yeah, or the Washington Post have a good reason to call him a racist or a sexist, in an article. That's all it can take.
They'd be stupid to make up fake news about him right now. I mean,
yeah, they would. And here's the thing:
he's suing an entertainment group in India right now, so he's not going to shy away from suing on home turf.
Yeah, and here's the thing: HTTR for Life put a video out last week, and shout out, saying that the national media don't know what's going on in Washington. The NFL national media. Terrell Davis came on and trying to tell on Good Morning Football, trying to explain how the Washington team were going to go 3-13, and he couldn't name one player. He could only name Darius Geis and Alex Smith. And they're like, well, Darius Geis, you heard about him because he was in the news. He couldn't name anyone. They don't know about it. So if they hear a story about Dan Snyder doing this, they immediately latch on without doing any reporting of their own and go, oh, it's a mess over there in Washington. And, it's just, you would be surprised at how many national media members don't know anything about what's going on in DC.
No, you're right. I mean, there's definitely a like ignorance that comes across. It's just no one knows because they fail to pay attention, and you can't blame them because there's not much to pay attention to. But if you're on a national, or whatever it is, Good Morning Football, you need to know more than the two players who have been splashed in the media over the week.
Yeah, that someone else has been writing about because it was a sexual assault case and a comeback from injury. Do
your homework for starters. Okay, we've got some players worth mentioning. Okay, and hopefully we've got a few more that will pop up and be mentioned. Look, I haven't seen Terrell Davis on Good Morning Football, but
no, but it's just an example of how ignorant some people are outside of Washington. Now, I'm not going, as much as I have fun with the crowd there who don't like Dan Snyder, but I respect that opinion. If people tell me, well, Dan did this, and they're close to him or close in, I will believe it. I won't dismiss it, but what I'm against is the stacking on. And I know that we can analyse it and say, well, there's a history. Oh yeah, there is a history of bad decisions, but
well, you know that my shit isn't ignorant because I've lived it for the last 21 years, and I'm not. And I know that you weren't talking about me, but when you say stacking on, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I hate stacking on. That's why I always take the approach, well, when I see maybe he's making a change, maybe his ways have changed, and then I'm going to give him, like I said, one more chance. That's why I said all the moves that he's made in the last, couple of months or 6 months, whatever, tick all the boxes, and Dan Snyder is trending up at the moment. Is he out of the shit? Is he out of the shit dungeon? No, not yet. No.
But it's all right because if it doesn't work, we can always look back and go, we won this preseason like the last 22.
Well, yeah, and then we'll also look back and say, well, Skins Fanatic was right. Crazy Brave was wrong. If we wanted to.
Well, yeah, I won't be able to say that after this season.
Well, I don't know. I hope not.
Because I'm not going to be ready. I'm not going to be ready to get rid of to move over to the Dan Snyder, remove Dan Snyder movement, or start up a sack Ron Rivera if we can't get the job done in week 1. I'm going to show some patience. We've got a motivator.
I'm not hoping for a losing season just to say that I was right, by the way. No. I want to win.
Yep. Well, it's been a good show, Skins Fanatic, and we might have to.
Yep.
I might have to leave it myself now, and hopefully get an invite next week.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure. I think it's been one of our best shows ever. So, yeah, and an upgrade from last week. And always good to have you on the show. Absolutely. And
Don't
we'll
forget to
see you
like and
next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh yeah, the link to Crazy Brave 74
boom.
is in the description.
Yep, I'll fix that up.
Mhm.
Out. Love it.
All right, guys, that's all we've got time for this week. It has been a ripper of a show. Thank you to R2 Ramu, Crazy Brave 74, Giants Mafia, Real Giants Mafia, for his input. And, you know, much love to anyone who watches the show. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell the whole damn world that Skins Fanatic 81 is back and he's got a new show. It's called the Therapy Session and it is on and pop. All right. And love yous all. And that's all we've got time for tonight.